An Omaha family says they have been victimized twice this year, once after a suspect broke into their house and stole priceless items, and again, they say, by the Omaha Police Department due to its handling of the case. Reporter John Madden spoke with a frustrated family who hopes no one else has to go through what they did.
That lock to Phil Collins' house was replaced after a discovery back in January.
I got a call from my wife about 3:30 in the afternoon asking why the front door was open and if I'd come home sometime during the day. And then she quickly came upstairs and realized that our house had been robbed.
Now empty boxes of electronics like headphones and video game systems are left, which were presents for his sons.
He wiped out my kids' last 3 Christmases. Everything that they worked so hard for was taken from them.
As Phil and his wife continued to search the house, they found clothing and other things you can't replace were also gone.
Family heirlooms that you can't put a price on, cufflinks that belonged to my dad, jewelry that belonged to my wife's grandmother. The very first ring I ever bought my wife was stolen.
Phil says he later got this video from his neighbor's garage camera that shows a suspect walking away with a bag belonging to one of his kids, similar to one they still have, that was full of those stolen items.
He's having trouble keeping on his shoulder there.
Phil says this was the beginning of the problems. He contacted OPD, but through his own research found out who the suspect's mother was and went to talk with her.
These are the videos that we showed to his mother in her home. And she identified him by the shoes and the coat that he was wearing and the way that he walks.
Phil says that confession was recorded by an OPD body cam from an officer on scene, but says despite asking multiple times to see the video, his request was denied. OPD declined to comment on the situation. The suspect was later picked up by police for a different robbery and was found with some of the stolen items. But one thing the police didn't have was an Xbox, which Phil discovered was at a pawn shop.
We got a letter the other day that said that they have our Xbox and they'll release it for $50.
The suspect was in court Friday as the judge decided there wasn't enough evidence to charge him for burglary of the Collins house.
No one can identify him on the video, although, we've found out otherwise from members of his family.
Phil's wife Meg says those stolen items can be replaced, but the family has had a hard time adjusting.
He took our safe place and he took our home and he violated our privacy and my kids' rooms.
No burglary charge also means replacing those items is now more difficult, as the outcome has been tough to deal with.
We don't get any restitution. We don't have any recourse. He does not do 1 minute of jail time behind robbing our house of almost $7,000 worth of items.
The Collins say if OPD had acted quicker on the case and presented all the evidence, they think the outcome would have been different, and they feel let down by the police.
A lot of what we earned goes to your salaries, and you let us down. You completely did not care about my family.
In Omaha, John Madden, 3 News Now.
Again, we reached out to Omaha police about this case and they declined to comment. The judge in today's hearing credited the suspect's young age, he is 18, as a reason for probation instead of jail time. Collins says his homeowner's policy did not cover any of his belongings, and as a result of today's decision, the family was able to get some items out of evidence from Omaha police.